How do you create volume or level automation in Logic Pro? Let me show you 5 different ways right now. Alright, so here we are inside Logic, and I will first demonstrate this short example I made using 5 different tracks, each using a different form of volume or level automation. So it sounds like this from the beginning. So as you heard there, it starts soft and low volume and then builds in intensity, dynamics and level over time here. So let's start with the first track here, which is using track or region levels for automation. So you can simply click on A on your keyboard and that brings up the automation view. And as you can see, I already added automation here. So you can switch between track or region automation. I prefer region automation because that means if you move this here, you can see the automation is locked to the region. So you can actually have a different automation for the track. So let's say the track is at 0. So this is actually the fader, as you can see down here when I move this one here, the track or region automation. And then if I switch to region, it doesn't matter where the track automation is, it will go here when the region starts, as you heard there. So you simply, to do this, click on region or use the track automation, click here and choose here, volume, and then you click here and add a point, automation point, choose the setting, another point to ride the level, or go down as I did here in the end, and you have this. Right, so that is basically the most used way for level and volume automation, either on tracks or regions. The next one, if we close automation here, is going to the strings here, which is modulation on the dynamics. So some sample libraries, in this case I'm using, let's see, this string library here, the dynamics, meaning the volume, the intensity of how loud they play, is mapped to the mod wheel of your MIDI keyboard. So if I play C minor here, and then ride the mod wheel, listen. So it goes from very soft to much louder in dynamics. And if we go to the piano roll editor and then bring up the automation in here, A again, you can see it's already shows here, but the default view is actually the note velocity. So when you open up automation, you need to go here and then use modulation. And then you can draw in your automation here, or if you prefer, which I personally do, record the automation with your mod wheel on that specific part. So that is the second way. The third way, so here I'm using Omnisphere, this organ type preset here, and in many instruments the expression MIDI data controls also the level or dynamics. So in this case, if we go into the piano roll, I'm not using the modulation, which is CC1, but rather this one here, expression. And you can see the same here, going from the bottom to the loudest. And it sounds like this then. Like that. So that's it. That is the third way, expression, MIDI. And then we're getting to this one here, which is a piano. And what I did use here is increasing the intensity, the level, by altering the actual velocity. So you can see here, it goes up in average velocity levels. Like that. So you simply need to make sure that the velocity levels go up. You can select some notes, move them upwards, and have this general direction for the velocity. And I believe you can use, let's see, like that. You hold down, I believe it is Option Command, and make this curve here. So let's say everything here is something like that at first. If you select everything and then hold Option Command and then draw out this line here, you're basically increasing the dynamics of those velocity values. Okay, and the final way, which is only available for audio tracks, is to use fading as a way to increase the level. So I just record myself humming in a line, and then what I like to do is go to Preferences, General, and then into Editing, and then select this, Fade Tool Click Zones, which means that when you hover your mouse at the top side of the clip here, you can see I can now use a fade tool. You see the cursor changing here. So you left click here. So before, let's see if I can, like that, but I fade it in all the way here. And if you then, after you leave it like that, you can see the cursor changes here. You can choose the endpoint of the fade, but if you are just slightly into the fade here, you can see the cursor changes from this black and white to white border. Now you can change the curve of the fade like this, as you can see. So you can create something like this. Super quiet in the beginning and then crescendo like that. And altogether that is track, region, level automation, modulation dynamics, some instruments support that, expression data, and velocity levels, and then using fades. Now choose which video you are going to watch next, or you can check out the amazing bonuses in the video description.